What's up, Internet? It is day 6 of Bomber Week. We have since crushed, what was his name, Bagular at the Garridan Star and saved the universe in Bomberman Hero. But there is in fact one more additional planet that we have yet to conquer, and we're going to do that today. Now if you look at our play file, the one on the bottom, it says we've cleared map 7 of 7 on planet 5. But if you look on the one on top, on my complete file, you can see that we're actually on planet 6. Now the reason for this is quite simple. We've been playing with golf rules, trying to get a score as low as possible. We have 4 red badges and 1 blue, and I'm really incredibly bitter about that blue one actually, and life in general. But if you go to the good file, you get 5 gold badges plus all the collectible bombs, and you unlock the final hidden area, as well as a bunch of other hidden stuff. So we're going to go do that now in my completed file, because I can't be asked to go back and collect perfect scores on everything and all the collectibles. I just don't have that kind of time, and I'm slowly losing the ability to use my voice. So let's get started. This is Gothic Star, hidden slightly behind Garridan. That's why most people don't ever see it, because people don't ever look at the perspective as behind it. In fact, I'm pretty sure all their star charts only know that it ends in the Garridan Star. Anyway, let's get started with the Outer Road. This is the final Bomber Gear mission, and it's another Bomber Jet mission. For the final time, I change into Bomber Jet, and we get to enjoy a nice little Star Fox-esque mission. And I always remember this mission being kind of Star Foxy in appearance. I don't know why, but kind of reminds me of Star Fox a little bit. Now, I just finished editing together Bomber Week Day 5, and apparently the file size is a little too big because the file can't be read on my computer, which means it probably won't be able to be read on YouTube, so I'm guessing I'm gonna have to like cut it in half and just avoid this giant armada while I talk. But this is the final day of Bomber Week. A little bit sad. This is my last gaming tradition I can really make a video of until next week, or next year, during the summer when I do Mega Man 8 again. Or maybe I'll do something different just for the sake of doing something different, but that's the first mission. We're already 1/3 the way done. This game, and we've already gotten the perfect score, so we're going to skip that. We're probably going to hear that at the end of every mission, so apologies. Now I've got this level, which is the Inner Road on the path to the Great Mastermind, who has apparently spearheaded this entire campaign despite ever being mentioned in the game. That's kind of like the plot. Oh, and I died in the stupidest way possible because my thumb hurts. Yeah, they try and like plug in some story about this guy like right before you actually take on this mission, but like he's not mentioned prior to, and there's no illusion that there's some evil mastermind spearheading this entire effort. So it just seems weird that they're trying to give him so much story now. Also, weird perspective there. It's nice to see some classic level 1 bosses like the R2-D2 robot, though. I'm gonna go up here. Very few instances of this level have ever been documented, at least prior to my getting of this game. And now we get to go to the final level. But yeah, as I've said, there's really wasn't any documentation of this planet aside from the boss, which was on a scratchy VHS. And now we get to fight the final boss of the game. And his environment's pretty cool, but I think his name is Evil Bomber or something. They try and like throw a tiny amount of plot in, like right before you fight him and like right after, but seriously, it's not worth mentioning. It really isn't. So here we are. This is pretty much the entire fight. I don't think he gets any extra forms or anything either. He's actually pretty easy compared to Bagular and that stupid Sphinx pain in the ass. That fight was bullshit and I'm still bitter about it. If that fight wasn't half as long, I would have actually managed to make a playable file. But now I have to cut it in two. That's a little annoying. But that's life, I guess. Oh, there I died. Oh well. I guess I can't finish this day under 10 minutes, huh? Actually, I might, because whenever I record these things, I've got like 3 minutes, 4 minutes of startup where I do like false starts or just testing stuff before I start, so I might still be able to make it under 10 minutes if I took too long starting this. Actually reminds me a little bit of the bird fight from like the last planet. Just the swooping in and like getting too high for me to hit. Oh! But yeah, this is really the final planet. There's only 3 levels. So it's definitely the shortest planet. It's not particularly hard either. And I don't think you get anything extra for getting gold on it. Actually, that's not true. I think you do get a bonus thing, which I might show. Ooh. Now he's gonna do that weird hurricane wing thing. I wish I had more bombs so I could just continue lobbing them at him. Oh, can't throw bombs. Stop getting out of the way. There we go. Oh, I timed that wrong. It's really hard to see those little wing blades. Aw, and I didn't get away with not getting a game over either. That's depressing. Come on. Versus Evil Bomber or whatever he's called. Bomber Satan. Whoa. There we go. Oh, that's a thing. I remembered to wear my headphones this time, so I can actually hear the audio cues and stuff. Actually remembered a vital piece of equipment. What else has been going on? Put up a Christmas tree today. That happened. Now my house smells piney. That's really it. The rest of the day I was just working on stuff. Making videos, and trying to untangle problems with my website, which is still a jumbled mess. Trying to figure out how to effectively use my Twitter account as like a marketing thing. Which I actually took a course in college about that too, which is sad. Which is why I'm actually my own follower on Twitter, is like, I had a account for school. It's kind of sad to admit this, but I'm like 1/4 of my Twitter followers. Like, there's literally just 4 and one's me. But I'm surprised I have that many, actually. Like, I'm just not a popular person. Stop doing that and just let me hit you. There we go. I'm just gonna say that was under 10 minutes.
I did it!
And now we get to watch the perfect score that we earned all the way through. Although at the same time we did lose our little golf score. And now we get to watch the real ending, which is special, I guess. I won't cut this bit, I'll play through. But that's how you really save the galaxy from the evil bomber that wasn't mentioned up to this point. Even if you play through the full story and get all this stuff, it really isn't mentioned up to this point, which is the weird thing. They just expect you to know this person. They even allude to Bomberman meeting this guy previously, but that never happens, which is just bizarre. But, yeah, that's the Gothic Star. Fairly simple, got the true ending now. And that was it. But we're not done yet. So we'll just skip through here. That was officially all the planets, but we're not quite done yet. There's still some things I want to show you. Now, this first thing, we have to actually go back into the story mode. And this is just because I kind of felt like I cheated you by doing this. I actually misread a text box, and thought it was something else. I talked about how this level has a season-changing mechanic, and I actually misinterpreted what that was, just because it's been so long since I've had to actually get a perfect score in this level. So, I teased a season-changing mechanic, and I'm gonna deliver one, damn it. Now, I initially thought that you had to hit this thing with freezing bombs. That's not true. You have to just rolling bomb the 2 pods on the side. It's a freezing flower. Let's hope I can do it. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Throw. There we go. And now we get to watch the seasons change. As I teased and actually missed out on, and I felt like a cheat on that, so... So now we got this winter level, which is kind of neat. Well, of course, you can just run straight back to the exit, and essentially that'll end the level, just as it would when I didn't do that. But this is slightly more magical and slightly more of this season, and I did tease it, so I felt like I kind of owed it to you. So here it is. You're welcome. Season changes. And that's all the story mode stuff I really have to show you. And that's the perfect score we earned, thus nullifying my, I think it was like 29 earlier. But that's all the story stuff. But we're still not done, because I want to show you all the bonus stuff you get for getting perfect scores and stuff. Because we clearly did. We went to the hidden area. We got the perfect score. So the first thing you unlock is a sound test, where you can watch Bomberman jam out to the Hudson band with Hudson on the keyboard, which is really fantastic, and the princess contributing about as much as she usually does. That's a sound test, fairly self-explanatory. Slider Race is actually a reskin of a previous level, along with something that was teased in the intro, which is a snowboard race with a snowman. But it's really just a reskin of a previously made level, but I think it's pretty cool all the same, although I'm gonna lose horribly because my controller sucks. Well, that was the thing. When I was putting up my Christmas tree, I had to like put those Christmas lights on, of course, and the clips on those lights are like that really shitty hard plastic that you know is like super fragile. So it doesn't, and it's not like malleable, so you can't really use it to clip it onto anything, and still they made clips out of it, so like my thumbs were hurting from that, on top of already having a week of this on my really super crappy N64 controller, which is just murdering my thumb right now. But, and I just noticed this right now, in the background music right now, you can hear a modified version of the Bomberman theme. Oh, am I gonna win? Oh, no, I'm not. That was almost a come from behind success story. But, not quite, not quite. And I'm not gonna go again, my thumb hurts too much. But, yeah, Bomberman's too dizzy from getting his face handed to him in snowboarding. Next we have Golden Bomber, which I think is probably the coolest of the unlockables. And what this essentially is, well, let's just take a look. And it comes with its own little story, which is super neat. Where you now, instead of getting the, what is it, bomber gear or whatever, you now have the gold chip. And what this is essentially you get to play through certain bomber gear missions, but you get to do it on foot as a bright gold Bomberman. And it's a cool way to just repurpose levels and be something a little bit different. Also, we get to see this scene again. Well, if I recall correctly, it's actually changed a little bit. Yep. Now we're Gold Bomberman, who I'm pretty sure is effectively just regular Bomberman, but he can go in Bomber Marine missions without having to use Bomber Marine. We're still gonna continue to try and play by golf rules, so we're just gonna continue to run through here. But it's kind of neat that you get to play these levels in a slightly different way. Now, you don't get to play all the Bomber Gear missions. I believe there's 4 of them you get to play. 2 Bomber Marine, 2 Bomber Jets. But it's still pretty cool that this is a thing that happened. And I really like this. And you get the Super Glove Throw, which we'll use as we run past the evil shrimp. And as my thumb howls out in pain. But they realized that on foot you couldn't reach it, so you kind of have to use this to reach the boss. Wasn't sure if I dropped a bomb there. I think you can actually kill this one while it's sitting on top of the other one, which is kind of neat. But this is Gold Bomber, and it's kind of neat. I really dig it. Because it's a fun little extra in that it gives you more game to play. And it didn't really have to add any additional assets. Although this guy's a new character who isn't in any other level, which is kind of neat. But they functionally didn't really have to create any new assets for this. And they just give you more game to play, which I think is one of the best ways to give and reward a players. Just let one of your rewards just be more and a different way to play their game. And I think that's cool. So this is pretty fun. And it's kind of tricky because you have to approach it slightly differently because you can't just fly over everything. Whoa. Which I'm pretty sure we're not supposed to be playing by golf rules, but we've done so thus far. So why not? Oh! Until that happens. But, yeah, this is fun. I think I'll give it one more shot, and if I die or finish, we'll move on to the next thing. Which I hinted at a little bit at the end of yesterday's video. I wonder how apparent it is that I haven't gotten any sleep in the past week. I mean, I normally average about maybe 3-4 hours of sleep a night, but I haven't gotten any in the past week. I've just been working, making sure this stuff gets out, because upload rates are atrocious here. I think it's just, I got a really shitty ISP, and I can't do anything really about that. But, yeah, so, I've been doing a lot of work on just making sure to get this out on time. Whoa. Ugh. That throw actually really screws that up, because it actually throws it over where it needs to be. I can't jump to avoid shit. Alright, well, that's the end of Gold Bomber. It's a fun little extra, but it's nothing terribly worth going into, because there's only a few levels. Now this one's kind of interesting. It's essentially a reskin of the game, with the only difference being that all the collectible ad hoc bombs are now treasure that the princess has lost. And you have to go in and collect them all. I don't think I've ever actually bothered to do that, though. I never thought this mode was terribly interesting, because it unlike Gold Bomber, which presents the gameplay in a different way, this one is basically the exact same game with just a slight skin change on something. Yes, 24. Just like all the 24 bombs you had to collect to get to the secret world. Coincidence? Yes. Yeah, she's searching too, but like everything else, she's just kind of useless. But, we'll grab a treasure and then go to Planet Bomber. Because I know where one is. I believe it's in the heavy room. Run, jump, jump, jump. And if you'll recall, this is where we found the first piece of loot. The enemy has placed an ad hoc bomb in this place. Oh, I already have them all. Fantastic. I guess I can't show you that, but there was actually a crown sitting on top of this first red smokestack where there was once a bomb. I didn't realize they actually saved them from time to time. Well, that was a little bit disappointing. I'm actually pretty sorry about that. And that's all the bonus stuff on Bomberman Hero. But we're not quite done yet, and I'll be back in a sec to show you what I mean. And we are back on PlayStation. Actually, my PlayStation 3. In fact, I'm just going to go into other settings, turn smoothing on, because why not, and see if I can throw it on analog mode, but probably not. Now, this was a game I saw in a magazine once, and as a kid I thought it sounded interesting. Now, if you told me about this, I would probably shudder and think it's the stupidest idea ever. But, this is a little thing by Hudson that should be introducing itself in a little bit. Apparently Atlas worked on it. I did not know that. Here's hoping it's Atlas quality, because Atlas always makes some cool stuff. This is my special bonus feature. This is Bomberman Fantasy Race. And let's see. Controller settings. Oh, it's got analog mode apparently. That's a plus. I hate when these games don't have analog mode. So go to new game. And we're going to be Black Bomberman. And we'll just throw in Zeph, because I always do. Yes, this is okay. Save. Slot 1. Please. Yes, please create new data. This is probably insanely loud. I'm hoping the mic doesn't pick this up, because I have no idea where my remote is. Actually, I just see it, so I'm going to reach and stretch. And apparently this game has a story? I have no idea how this could... Honestly, I've never played this game. As far as I know, it's just a Bomberman kart racing game. That's the full extent that I understand of this game. So maybe it's good, maybe it's not. But, I did tease that I had this bonus idea of a thing I wanted to do, and this was it. As I'm continually proving as a good example of how you should save your money while you're not really making any sort of income by spending it on more games. But I can sort of justify it because of nothing else. I can argue and claim this is for my job that doesn't pay me. I need to get on that and get paid somehow. But I was unaware this game would have some sort of opening cutscene or anything. I figured it would just chuck me into like an open race type thing. I played a few racing games that did that. I'm starting to think Bomberman might be a little bit narcissistic. Just suspecting a little bit. But, yeah. Bomberman Fantasy Race. One player mode. Oh, there's good old Pommy. From Bomberman's Second Attack, where he was first called a Mimic and then later they called him a Charabon. And I guess I'm going with Green Louie. And select course. We'll go with course 1, I guess. Okay. Oh, now we get to select course. Oh, there's a few of them too. This actually reminds me of a game I saw once. What was it called? That looks cool. Okay. Not enough money. You have to pay to race? Lame. Yes, I'll participate in this one, I guess. What was that? It was a game where it was like a first-person game where you were in like a giant rabbit. Oh, what was that? That's gonna bother me now. Oh, crap. What was that? Well, it's nice that I actually get to play as Black Bomberman. Okay, hold A. Oh, and it doesn't actually have analog mode. Fantastic. Oh, you push forward to go even faster. Cool. So far I'm being reminded very heavily of Sonic R. Like, I'm not listening to the audio, I'm actually playing this through my HD thing, which means I get to put it on my big screen. Which is nice, which is why the audio quality is a little bit different. I had to position the mic somewhere else. But, whoa, yeah, the turning is a little bit Sonic R-esque. Okay, so X to drop button, or bombs, cool, cool. You know what was a really good, knockoff kart racer game that gets a lot of slag is, what was it? Mega Man Battle and Chase, or Rockman Battle and Chase. That was a cool game. I played a lot of that in high school on my GameCube. I was sad from how long it took to, okay, that's just straight up broken. I was upset how long it took to get an X collection out there. And then it gave us, like, the crappy versions of, like, Mega Man X3, which, that sucks. I mean, X3 isn't all that fantastic a game to begin with, but you try and get the Super Nintendo version if you can. It's way better than the PlayStation version, which is the version they put on there. Again, Capcom screwing with their audience and their compilation discs. I don't know why that keeps happening. Final lap, oh crap, and I'm in 5th. Okay, well, we'll stop, like, power running. Maybe that'll help. That one, frozen. That's cool. Throw! Can I throw in front of me, or is that, like, a charge move? What's going on here? Slow. Oh, they're jumping on that. Oh. I'm guessing if you hit that panel on the wall perfectly, you get some sort of crazy speed boost. And I just end up getting sent in behind everyone. Oh, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Run! Oh. Oh, that was so close, too. I almost got 4th. We're playing this golf rules as well. Trying to get as low a score as possible. Oh, wait. No, wait, that's the other way. Okay, let's try again. Yes, I'm sticking with Green Louie. Yes, it's fine. Go. Go, go, go. Yes. That's one thing I can say about games. The least number of menus I have to navigate to get from a state of failure to a state of retrying is better. Okay, so you just have to hold the button, and you'll actually throw your bomb out in front. That's useful, I guess, to know. Haha, knocked out Pretty Pink Bomber. I think that was what her name was. I didn't play any of the Super Nintendo ones, so I don't really know. But, whoa. Oh, I missed that panel again. Yeah, it seems like that gets you a super powered boost. Overall, this, so far, I'm thinking this game's kinda alright. It has a little bit of a learning curve with the boost system and stuff. Still don't have an idea of how to use weapons effectively or use that jump pad thing. And I don't like that it still doesn't have analog, despite teasing analog, which is bullshit. Which, again, I can't stress how much I hate not having analog on my PS1 games. Like, yes, I understand most of them didn't have it, but very clearly the PS3 has the ability to set up a emulation mode for it. How do I access that thing? Because I hit that straight on. Oh well. This game's pretty stylish, though. I think this is kind of neat. I imagine there's, like, other unlockable characters and levels and stuff. That's cool. I'm not very good at it, but it's kind of neat. I'd still say get Mega Man Battle and Chase before you get this, but I hear the Mega Man X collection's actually going up in price, so the $5 I had to spend on this on PSN is probably a lot less than you're gonna have to spend getting a copy of the X collection. But you should still get the X collection. It's a fantastic game. Yeah, I don't know how to activate that. Like, that one I blatantly missed, but I don't know. That was another thing. In Mega Man Battle and Chase, depending on your character, ended up affecting what your cart did, and it's like special attacks and stuff. But it wasn't the be-all end-all, because I still ended up in last. Which I guess means I ended up in first since we're playing by regular high-scoring rules. Or something. Wait. We'll try a new move. We'll try a different racetrack. But, It's not bad. It's kind of stylish. It's kind of fun. Oh, not enough money. Please tell me I can do another race and not just the first one. Maybe I can go back and like do a... Maybe I can do a versus mode, stable, bank, options, time trial. That works too. Because I just want to see the different stages right now. Because I don't want to have to run through the same stage over and over. So let's go back to the... Oh, you're kidding. Oh, that's lame. You can only select the stages, I guess, you've unlocked. So I can only have access to that, to this one single stage. That's such horse shit. Oh well, let's see if I can figure out how to access that, special boost pad thingy. What just happened? Give up. Yep. Let's just go back to the regular races then. I'll figure out by doing, and if I fail one more time, I guess we'll call it. But I had fun with Bomberman Hero. I like Bomberman Hero. No, we're still in time trial. One player. But I had fun with Bomberman Hero. I can't wait to do Bomberman Second Attack next year, but that's still an entire year away. Whoops, let's not do that. Let's hit OK. And I guess we'll go this way. Yes. Yes, I would like to continue so I can move on and show another course. Because after yesterday's colossal amount of time I spent on one boss, I'm not terribly thrilled about showing off how awful I am at stuff again. Oh, I see. I overshot it is what it... That's dumb. Why would they do that? Why would they have it so that you can move before but you can't travel? Just, seriously, just let us go at go. That was cool. Oh, come on. Still, I've played worse Bomberman games. Oh, there we go. I think you have to press jump when you land on the jump pad. That's pretty cool, actually. It's a bit of a learning curve, clearly, but that's pretty cool. I like that. Oh. Oh. And I think this one does have multiplayer, so people can't bitch about it not having multiplayer. They can bitch about it having really slippery controls. Of course, that might just be the character I've chosen. But so far, it's kind of neat. Jump and jump. Yep, it's double jump. That's what it is. I wonder what the grace period between jumps is on that. I wonder. I like that the map tracks bombs being thrown. Final lap. I'm just gonna save it. I think that your placing does sort of create Mario Kart syndrome, because from what I've noticed, your pickups seem to get rarer and more powerful the farther back you are. Like, that's the only time I've gotten that hourglass stopwatch thing. Jump and jump. And come on, let's get first, which I guess means last, or something. Depending on how consistent we're playing by golf rules. Or not playing by golf rules, depending on your outlook, I suppose. Oh well, we're improving. We're improving and we won some money. That's pretty cool. I think Louis looks kind of neat. I think White Bomberman's missing some limbs though, which is a little bit wonky. Quits. Let's see if we can access a new stage. Yes, I will save. I think you can buy new partners to ride on and stuff as well, which is... There's some replayability, I think, but yeah, there definitely looks like there's some room for a bunch of new characters next to Louis and whatever that dinosaur is. Select. I don't have money for a ticket. Still don't have money for a ticket. 400? Seriously? Okay, that's a problem, is you have to purchase these. Like this one I can afford, I think. Yes, I'll purchase a ticket for this. But I think the fact that you have to purchase levels is a little bit wonky, and unless there's a bunch of extra ones, there only seems to be about 5. So that could hurt replayability, but let's check this next level out. And there's a giant sentient cape on that blue Louie. What's up with that? I like that the level is nice and colorful. That's nice. I wonder how like how many secret routes there are. Like I imagine there's probably secret routes. Jump! Oh, I didn't jump. The little guy just. Oh, okay, that was my fault. Jump! There we go. Whoa! Yeah, it's a little bit slippery. Ow. Whoa! What? Oh, I have to go around. Yeah, that doesn't lend itself to the loose control scheme of this. Doesn't seem to be too much rubber banding, though. Not near as I can tell. There's a few times where guys caught up to me, but I might have been, like, out of speed-up juice for Louie. Whoa. Oh, the levels, at least they look pretty cool. And it looks like there might have been, like, a secret path out to the right there. It looks, it looks like there's a few secret routes, but every time I look at the stages, they look fairly linear. Like, I saw a few doorways, they look like they could have led to a different path, but so far I haven't seen any ways to unlock them or anything. Like you could in, say, Diddy Kong Racing with, like, hitting the bells on that one stage. I'm starting to catch up. Oh. Okay, well, I'm already in last. I'm gonna explore. Yep, I don't care. What is that? I now want to see what that road is down there. Oh. Looks like it converges with this, so we'll just play it in reverse. Whoa! Overshot it. I guess I'll have to hit it head on or something. And jump! Oh, not quite enough. I'm now determined to get there. Jump! Not quite enough. Well, I've already lost. I might as well just mess around. Jump! Oh, too late. Okay, well, let's go over here, build up some steam, and see what happens. And jump! Whoa, whoa! Where does this go? Oh, that route is just a cock tease. Lame. Okay, I'm deducting 50 points from this non-point scored game for just that bullshit. Okay, blow up in my hand. No, it doesn't look like it can, it's just, no, it's just a charge meter. Final lap! And yet everyone's still racing despite having passed me. It's colorful, it's bright. I wouldn't suggest paying too much money for it. Like, seriously, it's $5 on PSN. I'm not sure it's worth that. But it's, if you think it looks cool, it has a certain charm to it. If you're a fan of, I don't know, weird kart racing type games, this is certainly one of them. I imagine you'll probably have a hard time finding some friends to play this with, though. Unless your friends are just into, I don't know, getting drunk one night and just playing weird, random, spin-off nonsense. I hear, while we're on the same topic of weird spin-off kart races, I hear Sonic Transformed is a really good one. kind of wanted to pick it up because it's got Vise in it, and I like Skies of Arcadia. But we came in 5th. Not the proudest showing of my talents, or lack thereof. Oh, the Sentient Cape was the boss from Bomberman Hero. Well, he got his revenge on us, I suppose. And with this award ceremony of getting 5th place, this will close Bomber Week 2014. Playing through Bomberman Hero. I will see you next time on Bomber Week, while we play Bomberman Hero, or Bomberman Hero, Bomberman Second Attack. It's very apparent I've gone about a week without sleep, and after this I'm probably going to go do that, and then try and do some more stuff, because I'm actually pretty far behind in reviews. But if you've been watching all this, you deserve a medal, because I have no idea why you'd sit through the last episode, for sure. That was just awful. But I appreciate it. If you haven't sitting through all the episodes, watch them all, except maybe that last one, because it was torture for literally everyone involved. And thanks for joining me on this journey, this annual super chocolatey fudge-coated gaming tradition of mine, of Bomber Week. And I will see you next time.